Survival kit.
There's nothing like that big giant buck. Your legs are shaking, everything's out of control.
What are the bucks after during the rut? The does.
You have to scout, find out what the deer are doing, find out what deer are there.
If I went somewhere, totally new, and hunted the rut, I would depend on the midday.
The big thing is they continually elude you.
Absolutely masters of their environment.
Rut starts, the deer calling, rattling, works wonderful. It's a great time to be in the woods before they actually start to chase.
It can be really exciting if you get a big deer posturing up, coming into a decoy during the rut. I mean, I don't know that it gets much better than that.
In North America, there's a fraternity of men and women who live in pursuit of white-tailed deer. They're a breed of outdoorsmen with a passion for adventure and obsession with antlered bone. These hunters follow only in fair chase, honoring a creed of ethics which respects the hunted. Their challenge is to travel to the four corners of the continent, to scout, to pattern, and to harvest 4 unique bucks to complete their goal of the Whitetail Slam.
Whitetail rut is the time where everyone wants to be in the woods.
The rut in North America occurs in different areas at different times. And the seasons in some of your southern states open in late August, and a lot of your states go all the way until February. So you have a lot of time in a lot of different areas.
As this Whitetail Slam unfolds, you know, guys are starting to really understand the fact that potentially you could hunt 7 or 8 different groups in 1 year. If you follow the rut, you know, and if you can put things together and line up the hunts, there's going to be guys that attempt to achieve the Whitetail Slam in 1 season.
If there is one magic word in a Whitetail Slam, it's rut. No time is better to buck hunt, and no other season is more exciting. At no other time of the year are a hunter's chances better for landing a trophy buck than the chasing phase of the whitetail rut. The rut is a traveling time for whitetail bucks. Driven to find estrus does, bucks stroll downwind to feeding and bedding areas, upper lip curled, fleming to scent a hot doe.
My rut hunting theory is pretty simple. I like to find the best funnel in the area that I have where the deer will feel comfortable moving in daylight, and I will get in there and I will sit. The longer you sit during the rut, the more hours you spend on stand, the more chances of success that you can have.
Many deer hunters believe that the whitetail rut occurs in November everywhere. Yet the uniqueness of many whitetail subspecies and the habitats in which they live creates a vast array of rut time, from late summer in the tropics to January in the desert.
There's a lot of debate about what causes the timing of the rut in the different regions of the country. The more northern climates, as you move up into the temperate parts of North America, the timing of the rut is guided primarily by photoperiods, changing the daylight and the dark cycle. It's almost invariably geared to sometime in the early part of November, give or take a couple of weeks. But as you move further into the south, there's a lot more leeway, a lot more variation in the timing of the rut among the different states and even within different parts of the state.
One of the coolest opportunities to hunt the Seminole subspecies is that in Florida, deer have the widest variation of the rut of any place in the whitetails range. The deer are rutting in Florida at some point during 9 months of the year.
If you're out of control bad on your does, you know, the deer are going to come into heat on the 28-day cycle, and if they are not bred, they're going to keep coming into heat and keep coming into heat.
That particular time of year, I'm going to slip into some of these bedding areas where I know these does are going to go for sure, just because they're doing what they do, and them bucks are, you know, looking for does, so they're going to go to where the does are, which is more times than not during the day going to be your bedding areas.
Just before the rut kicks in, whitetail bucks become motivated. This increased activity puts bucks on alert for the first estrus does, and the hunters can capitalize on it.
We got a really good wind, blowing all our scent away from the watering hole. Still quite a few deer coming to the watering hole. Sit tight, we should have some action.
Rod Notstein sets his sights on a monster North Dakota buck when Whitetail Slam continues. Hunters from all across North America are registering their bucks and going for the slam. Whitetail Slam congratulates Minnesota hunter Steve Plants. Steve recently registered this great 8-point South Central Plains whitetail. Register your bucks at Whitetail Slam now and go for the slam.
When's the last time you shot all?
Thompson Center's new dimension bolt-action platform. Kawasaki Brute Force 300. Let the good times roll. Cutting back, fast trigger speed, long battery life. Scent Killer Gold with Hunt Drive technology. Apply it, drop. Ohio buck hunter Rod Notstein is in North Dakota hunting the October pre-rut. Overlooking several well-worn trails and with a promising wind, Rod is hopeful that his first evening on stand will bring a big buck within bow range.
It's our first night here in North Dakota. We're hunting over a water hole. We should have some action.
Once the pre-rut kicks in, the bucks start to cruise. The evenings start to get cooler. The deer start to establish their dominance. You start to see more scrapes and more rubs appearing. The deer increase their home range by 2 or 3 times because they're roaming around. They're looking for the first female to come into estrus. That is when these giant whitetails are the most vulnerable.
Look at this. Look at this. We got more deer coming. Good. All right, give me some skin. All right. We nice 150. We just hammered a dandy. Boy, it's really cooling down, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty good hit. So we're gonna get down, go look for the arrow, give it another half an hour. It's always good to let the deer run off and make sure that he's expired. This arrow is just covered in blood. We've given him plenty of time to expire. He shouldn't be far. We've got a really good hit here. Tons of blood. Right there he is. That's a good one right there. I don't think you can ask for a whole lot more than that.
If you have a hunt on video and would be interested in being featured on Whitetail Slam, contact us. Successful hunters often keep records that include weather, moon, wind directions, and other conditions as daily elements that affect deer movement. ScoutLookWeather.com has created a new deer log app that now merges wind maps, solar times, and moon position. The new deer log app automatically captures real-time weather and also tracks buck-to-doe ratios and buck age structure. A great tool available to ScoutLook Weather users is their unique Scent Cone feature. Scent Cone is a wind mapping tool that allows the user to visualize the wind forecast at hunting locations. Scout Marks is also included in the app and acts similar to a GPS, allowing users to save locations like scrapes, camera sites, and blood trails for later navigation from the app. ScoutLook is hunting weather like you've never seen it.
Tonight, we're going after one particular deer. He's known as the King.
Thad Eads is a college student at Purdue University. Thad found the Whitetail Slam website and quickly registered his best whitetail buck, then sent us some great video footage of his Indiana giant. Thad's girlfriend Whitney videotaped this buck hunt to remember.
Last year he was a 4-year-old at 165. We have a few pictures of him this year, and he ought to go 180. So you don't get excited about that, better pick another hobby.
November 4th rolled around, and the rut was on. We finally got the right wind, and we had to go after this deer. This was our only chance before firearm season.
I'm liking this. We got a perfect wind for this stand out of the northwest, so straight that way. Got pictures of good deer over here. Been waiting a long time for this.
Coming up, Thad Eads goes full draw on a great Hoosier buck when Whitetail Slam continues. Did you know that in the 8 Whitetail Slam territories, rut times begin during early August in the Seminole Territory and run every month until mid-February in parts of the Gulf Coast Territory? A whitetail rut occurs during 7 consecutive months somewhere in North America. Join the Whitetail Slam community and like us on Facebook.
We're suffering.
Is a big
Facebook.
You're watching Whitetail Slam, the Whitetail Rut Special Edition.
Well, finally got a good wind to hunt this stand. This stand in particular, we are going after the king. He's a big 10-pointer, so hopefully we'll get a crack at him.
I think a good strategy for the rut, everybody's hunting place is different. Not everybody has that magical funnel. A good strategy is to find the does in your area. If you can find the does in the places that you can really see, you might find a cruiser, a buck going from one area to another.
We bumped a buck coming in. Whitney could see antlers. I was a little ahead of her and I didn't see what it was, but it sounded big. Just gotta keep on keeping on. Bumped deer and then killed that same night, so you just never know.
I had been hearing grunts and I couldn't figure out where they were coming from. So I just happened to lean to my left a little bit, and there he was, standing there 15 yards away making a scrape.
Starts walking to us, and I drew back in the blind spot. He couldn't see me, I couldn't see him. I thought he was going to come into my shooting lane, and he stops right under a tree.
What just happened? Come here. What just happened? That's the king. That's the king. Oh, I know he's got to be dead. He got blood right away. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God! Jeez! Oh my God! King is down.
How's it feel to touch that thing?
I can't describe it.
Thad Eads has registered 1 buck toward his Whitetail Slam. Thad's Rumper Indiana buck scored an incredible 176 Pope and Young. Congratulations, Thad! One trick hunters use as a rut approaches is hanging Magnum scrape grip units in active scrapes. These scent dispersion units drip fresh premium doe estrus scent into the scrapes, and it's not uncommon for bucks to dish out breeding scrapes with intense activity. Multiple bucks will troll scrape lines as they wait for estrus does to trigger the rut.
In your quest for the Whitetail Slam and recognizing the 8 subgroups of whitetails, it gives you the opportunity or the challenge of hunting the rut like for a 6-7 month period. My hometown area of Mississippi season goes through February 15.
Mississippi buck hunter Dean Scott began traveling to hunt whitetails over a dozen years ago. Dean grew up hunting Gulf Coast whitetails. Even though he still hunts close to home, Dean enjoys applying for hunting licenses in Iowa, Kansas, and Illinois.
There's nothing like being back in the farm country state. Everywhere you look, there's trains and grain elevators, tractors. It's been about 3 years since I've been back in this part of Iowa. I know the farms well that we're hunting. Great, good quality deer. Look at there. That's what we're after right there. The size of that rub. Come on, sweetheart.
The breeding season is always being condensed by the environment in the northern climates. We have a much more forgiving climate in the southeast among the different states and even within different parts of the state. And it's almost across the southeast, there's almost an east-west progression of a delay in the timing of the rut. Obviously, it's not related to latitude, but in that case, it's related to longitude.
There's a bug right there, coming down the ditch in the thicket.
Dean Scott rattles in a great buck when Whitetail Slam continues. Hunters from all across North America are registering their bucks and going for the slam. Be sure to log on to Whitetail Slam and register for your chance to win great gear and free hunts. Whitetail Slam congratulates Texas hunter Alex Wilcox. Alex started his slam with this dandy Fayette County, Texas buck by registering it on Whitetail Slam. Register your bucks at Whitetail Slam now and go for the slam.
Every Wednesday.
Scott. Having seen several bucks out of bow range, Mississippi buck hunter Dean Scott gets aggressive and begins to rattle as he watches the wood's edge for antlers.
The whitetail rut. No better time to be in the woods than during the peak of the rut. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. What a magical time. You never know what you're liable to see. I mean, you usually see a lot of deer. There's chasing going on. You're hearing grunting. That's when you might see a big buck fight. I mean, there's just a lot of action.
It's our first afternoon. It's awful warm. It's hot today. I've waited 3 years to get back on this farm. It's just a real neat hub area here. The deer just, they can filter over the hill from every direction right here. All right, big buck coming around the tree line right there.
Where was he at, Ryan? It's been about 3 hours. Yeah. We're gonna see if we can pick up the trail. There's a big trail right here going up. You come up this hill right here. Look right there. There he is. Look what a deer. Oh, look at the mass. I had no idea he was this big. He's absolutely a giant as far as his body. He's got good, his mass is really thick. Oh man, what a Iowa bruiser.
Dean Scott has $3 toward his Whitetail Slam. His bucks include this fantastic South Mississippi Gulf Coast buck, this Northern Woodlands buck taken in Pike County, Illinois, and this awesome South Central Plains buck. Congratulations, Dean. Remember that any legal buck qualifies for the Slam, and hunters who complete their goal and officially register a Slam will receive a personalized award certificate, as well as be included in the Whitetail Slam yearbook.
In your quest for the Whitetail Slam, you actually have the opportunity to complete your Whitetail Slam in 1 year.
Look at that. My first Wyoming buck. We did it again.
A lot of guys, especially I think in the Midwest, they say, I've got 2 weeks in November to hunt and I'm done. Hey, Whitetail Slam opens up a whole nother world, a whole nother venue that you can hunt the rut 3 or 4 or 5 months out of the year in different areas.
Tune in next week on Whitetail Slam as Tom Miranda arrows a late-season Ohio giant and Greg Ritz sets his sights on a great Illinois buck. Start your quest for the Slam by winning a free guided whitetail hunt. Register for the monthly drawing only at Whitetail Slam. Closed captioning for Whitetail Slam is provided by Deer and Deer Hunting Magazine. Real Tree Hunt.